I see a lot of times, like on like the wives pages, like a lot of wives just saying like, I don't have this, I don't have that, my husband made me, be a stay-at-home mom or whatever. The thing of it is that you're the only person who is responsible for your happiness. Hello YouTubers, my name is Elise and I'm coming at you guys with another video, and this time it's going to be all about positive thinking. As military spouses, sometimes we put our spouse and their career before our own. So this time I'm going to come at you guys with how I stay on a positive track and some tips and stuff to secure your happiness. So securing my happiness, it comes from goal setting, making sure that I'm counting my wins, even the little ones, like if today I get up and, I worked out, and did something that I've been wanting to do and I woke up and I did that, that's a win. Today I woke up and I cooked something different, I made breakfast or whatever. That's a win. I'm not a cook, so it's a win for me, you know what I mean? So like any little thing I count as a win. In my head, like I'm winning almost like 24/7. Sometimes it's a loss. Some stuff, you're taking a big L on. But but you can always switch that L into something positive and make it into a W. All the time. I've done it. Like one time I went to work and I broke the zipper on my skirt. It was very embarrassing, right? I was in the bathroom and I was like, I hope somebody walk in so I could get them to get me some my jacket from my desk. And so, everybody would think that's a lose situation, right? So I had to get my jacket, tied it around my waist, and I walked out the building, right? The win was, I got to go home for a couple minutes and just chill. Just think about what just happened to me, So I just sat home for like an hour and just like, what just happened. I changed my clothes and everything, and I went back to work, and and I even made a friend, the lady in the bathroom. We made friends. So, after that, she saw me in the hallway. She was like, hey, I was like, hey, so it was cool. Just little stuff like that. It's negative at the moment and you're like, sweating bullets, but, there's something that can come out that's like a win at the end. Everything doesn't have to always be a loss. Remembering that you are important too. So for me, I do a lot of self-care. Sometimes I'll have random parties in the house and, I'll just be dancing. I'm not really that great of a dancer, but who cares? It's just me. And I just have fun and I just dance. That's what I want to do. That makes me feel good. Another thing for self-care, obviously you guys can see my if you looked at my previous videos, I've gotten my hair done. There's always time to just take care of yourself and making sure that every day when you wake up and you look in the mirror, you like the person that you're looking at. And that's what I like. Every day when I get up, and some days, I look a little rough, And so from there, that's when I get my hair done, I get my my eyebrows done, and that's something that, brings life to me, and for everybody it's different, but for me, that's what I do. And I think as women, sometimes we forget to do those things and we start putting ourselves last and we start wearing our sweatpants every day. We start like, not doing our hair, not taking care of ourselves. And then you find yourself avoiding looking in the mirror. So it's always important to keep up with that, you know what I mean? Keep up with looking your best and feeling your best. Looks, I don't do it for other people. I do it for myself. It just makes me feel confident in myself. That's the word I couldn't think of, confident. Every day when you get up, you just have to find ways to make yourself feel good. Another thing I would say for me, which I mentioned when I first started this video, was goal setting. So for career-wise, a lot of women, we end up putting ourselves last, you know? And we end up, you know, especially as military spouses, you know, you're PCSing with your spouse and you're like, how am I going to get a job? You know, what's out there for me when I get there? Because, you know, it's a place you've never been to most of the time. And you kind of have to start over every single time. And for me, what I do is as soon as I find out my husband's duty station, I start researching. And I start researching ways that I can find a job. Because for me, I can't not work. Like sitting at home all day, like not only would it drive me crazy, but it probably would drive my husband crazy. Like I start calling him all the time. I start, just doing weird stuff. Like when I was unemployed, it was not good. It was like I just did some YouTube experiments and stuff, and it didn't work out. So I personally have to be employed. I have to have my own job. I have to have something going for me. For women who obviously have kids, or if you are like a stay-at-home mom, I would suggest getting you a hobby that's just for you. Like it has nothing to do with your kids. It has nothing to do with your husband. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's just for you. This is something that you want to do that makes you happy, and it doesn't have anything to do with anybody else but yourself. And it might sound like selfish, or you're just putting yourself before everybody else, but your happiness, let me tell you, like your kids and your family will feed on that happiness. They'll know that you're happy and they will feed on that, and that will help them be happy. I see a lot of times, like on like the wives pages, like a lot of wives just saying like, I don't have this, I don't have that, my husband made me, be a stay-at-home mom or whatever. The thing of it is that you're the only person who is responsible for your happiness. Your husband is not responsible for you to be happy. He's not responsible for that. You're responsible for that. So if you see that, obviously he's doing stuff for himself. He's going to the gym. He's hanging out with the guys. He's going to work and being, a superstar. And you're just home, and you have respect for stay-at-home moms. But, sometimes, for some women, that might not be enough. And so it's finding that balance and doing things to occupy yourself that you love and finding yourself. When I first moved here, my goal was to get my master's degree, which I got. Another goal of mine was to advance in my career. I did that. Another goal of mine was to live a healthy life. I have fallen off the wagon with that one, but but there's always time to get back on the wagon, It's not, as long as I'm here another day, I can always jump back on the wagon. But anyway, those are some of the things that I put first. And, and just every time, wherever you go, just set things out that you want for yourself, For me, I just set things like, what's going to make you least happy, And then, I do it. So that's something, those are some things for me. These are some tips that I recommend, you guys. Goal setting, putting yourself first, and counting your wins. Self-care, self-love, those are all things that will help you, secure your happiness. So please like, comment, and subscribe. My channel produces videos that are dedicated to military spouse and the everyday working woman. And I will be doing tips and tutorials on military spouse support programs and about just more overall positive thinking videos. I upload on Fridays, so please subscribe to stay up to date. Also, I would like to know in the comment section, what positive strategies do you employ in your life? What are some strategies that you use? Let me know in the comments. Thank you.